What's up, party people?
You.
How's everybody doing? Kyle and Corin here.
That's a nice color on you.
What, red?
Yeah, like that, like it's like a different red. It's got like splatter stuff in it.
I don't know what that means, but thanks.
That, like vintage look. It's got like like it's not
Yeah.
just red. Like we're gonna throw some other shit in here so it doesn't look just red.
Honestly, I think my mom got me this for Christmas. Not
Was it
this
Under Armour?
Christmas, like 2 Christmases ago. I don't know. I have no idea. One of the super white stores, like fucking American
Aeropostale
Eagle,
or something.
Abercrombie stuff. They just mesh the word American with shit. It's
Didn't
like-
they just come straight out and they were just like, yeah, we don't want to serve our stuff to fat people, black people.
Yeah, there was
Too
some,
well, like-
yeah, like a few years ago there was some scandal with Abercrombie where they said some dumb shit or they like admitted that they do like massive discrimination in the hiring practice, and
Yeah.
apparently the CEO was a douche. I don't know if they fired him or if it's the same guy, but he was like a massive douche, like a legendary douche.
You sort of are if your company is like really big and you're just like, yeah, we're just here to serve really skinny people that look good.
Yeah, and this shirt also is a little weird because when I put it on today, I'm like, if I feel like I'm doing false advertising because it looks like I'm part of the Red Cross or some shit, right? You got,
Yeah.
like, the little cross here, and it's
Or
like,
like
the shirt is
Switzerland.
red. So I don't even know what's going on with it. But I don't know. I just picked it out. I was like, yeah, I'll throw this on.
I'm starting to boycott places that like I know, like Home Depot is tough because like their prices are so like good.
The CEO's a douche from Home Depot.
Well, supposedly he like really supported Trump and
Oh.
like gave a lot of money. So I was like, I mean,
Yeah.
but my dollar's not going to make a difference anyway. Like, but there's a lot of places like that. Like Woody Johnson really likes Trump, but I stopped
Yeah.
using baby a while ago.
Yeah, it's interesting you brought this up because I'm kind of have mixed feelings on this. So on the one hand, like there are so many like super conservative actors,
Mhm.
and when their shit comes out, if it looks like something I want to see, I don't think I've ever gone, fuck this, they're conservative, I'm not going to go see it. But then on the flip side, it does make sense when you're going to shop for something. Well, look, if I get this, my money's going to this asshole. So I don't know, but I mean, I guess it's the same for movies. But then again, like
Yeah.
the CEO at Domino's is apparently a dick too. Like he's a massive Catholic, and he's
And Papa John is a scumbag.
Papa John's definitely a dick. He's like a notorious dick. But like, it's hard because like I like Domino's. What am I gonna do?
That's what I'm saying. So, what just came out recently? I think the founder of LL Bean. Did you hear about that?
I saw Trump and a bunch of people tweeting about like go shop LL Bean or something. I didn't know what it was about though. I didn't see what the guy did.
Yeah, so I think one of the founders or something like that was this lady, and she came out and said that she donated a lot of money to Trump or something like that. So he tweeted, obviously, because she was in favor of him, like, shop at LL
Yeah,
Bean.
shop there.
They're great. They're the best. I wear them all the time, which he's
He
probably
definitely
never.
doesn't. That's classic Trump, though. Like, anytime, if you say something, like, a little bit in favor of him, he just starts blowing you. But if you say something a little bit against him, he starts raining holy hell down on you. So he kind of acts like a mafia boss in that way.
Yeah.
Like, did you...
But he has so much control over, like, a lot of conservatives now are probably going to shop at LL Bean.
Yeah.
Because he put out the tweet.
Yeah, no, that's probably true. And
Imagine.
I saw an article that I didn't read the article, but I saw a headline that said like that actually violates like ethics laws, and that would make sense because you can't have the president
Yeah.
go here, don't go there. You're the fucking president of the United States, dipshit. Like, what are you talking about? Like
He's affecting, like, the markets by saying, like, when he said one of the car companies was, moving over,
yeah.
and they were like, no, we actually, like,
although I'm a little bit of a hypocrite on this, I must admit, because when he goes after the right targets, like I get a little giddy. Like he went after I think it was Lockheed Martin or one of the defense contractors that wasted like trillions of dollars building a new military plane that didn't even fucking fly. And they just blew money. And so Trump was like, we're going to put an end to this. Sad, bad. And then their fucking stock price tanked. And I was like, yes. And then the same thing happened with Big Pharma. Like he said some shit. Big Pharma's been obviously like they price gouge the fuck out of everybody on medication. And we pay more for medication in the U.S. than any other country. And so he said, they're getting away with murder. They're getting away with murder. We're going to stop it. We're going to stop it now. And then their fucking stock price tanked. So I was like, yes. But it's true that like that's a wild card because if he does it against people who didn't do anything wrong, like he tweeted the other day against John Lewis, the civil rights icon, like he marched in the civil rights, got arrested like freakish number of times because he was doing civil disobedience. Like I retweeted something the other day. He got arrested because he went to like a white restroom. Mm-hmm. So this guy's like a known hero. I mean, he pissed me off because he supported Hillary over Bernie in the primary and said some dumb shit. But like, he's a fucking hero. And Trump, I don't know exactly what Trump said, but it was along the lines of like overrated. Like what are you saying, man? You can't say that, but he does. He just says whatever. So I don't know. It's weird because he brings like genuine uncertainty to the world. You know, like because you have the guy who's the most powerful man on the planet, and he's an impulsive child, and you don't like the downside is you don't know that like he could spark a real international incident. Like he almost did with the Taiwan thing. He took a phone call from the president of Taiwan. But the way U.S. policy works with Taiwan is we view Taiwan as a part of China because there's this one China policy. China says, oh, they're part of us. And they're like, agree to disagree. We don't really agree with that. So the president of Taiwan called Trump to congratulate him on winning. And apparently that's unprecedented that a U.S. president gets a call from the president of Taiwan or takes a call from the president of Taiwan, and he like tweeted about it or something, and that really, really pissed off China. And, you know, China has been threatening recently because of some of the shit Trump says. Like, look, we're going to fire a few warning shots here across the bow, son, but let me tell you something. How would you like it if the flow of Apple products gets cut massively? Because we get a lot of our Apple products, the supply line comes through China. How would you like it if we cut off Name the Product because they're our number one trading partner? So they're flexing muscle now. They're like, look, if you piss us off, look out. So I get like, and the thing is, I get it. Like when Trump talks about trade, for example, like, oh, we're getting screwed in trade and we got to fix it. Sad. Like that's true. But the thing is, I don't trust him to fix it in a way that wouldn't lead to a trade war because he's such a fucking asshat. And he's so impulsive, and he's not nearly as smart as he thinks he is. And he doesn't know how to go about doing it. Yeah, he doesn't. He's arrogant. So anything he would do to realign, you know, our trade alliances and stuff would be incendiary and would be something that would like spark a trade war. I mean, they're already saying like how dare you take that call? There were articles in Chinese state-run papers like calling him a buffoon and saying he's a child and like. You don't want to do like it's one thing to be like on not solid footing with a country like China or Russia and like have your differences and your disagreements. It's another thing completely when there's like this obvious massive escalation moving towards God knows what. And with him, you get the sense if you rely on him, it's going to be bad because he's not that smart. But then if you even rely on his advisors might even be worse than him, which is a scary thought. He's putting in the same, you know, Republican establishment that was there for the George W. Bush years. And we already know they took a fucking sledgehammer to everything. They wanted war with everybody. So, yeah, it's not good. Which actually leads me to the first thing I wanted to talk about, which is, did you get a chance? You probably didn't because you've probably been busy as fuck. But I did a segment, an hour-long segment, basically, grading Obama's time in office.
I didn't see it. I saw you were going to do a report card, but my Twitter has just been, like, I found one Knicks podcast, and that's been the extent of it.
So
I've been lazy this week. I
did this, and it's weird looking at the responses. So, like, the like to dislike on the video is really good, which I'm happy about. I think it's over 80,000 views already. But, like, some of the comments I get are just really annoying because they're so, like, not thoughtful. Like, somebody just said right before I came on air here, Obama's one of the most overrated presidents ever. They tweeted that at me. And it's like, okay, I know where this person's coming from because they feel like he's kind of a corrupt sellout and he didn't deliver on his promises. That's largely true. But when you say he's one of the most overrated presidents ever, no, because virtually every other president has been a disaster. Like, well, okay, so we had Lincoln. He freed the slaves. He's the best. I'm out. Like, what else is there? Okay, FDR. He was great with economic policy in many respects. But he's the guy who did Japanese internment, which is like a legacy-wrecking thing because you interned innocent Japanese people. That's fucking mental. That's like if Trump took Muslims and put them in a camp and was like, what do you mean? There's no problem here. We'd all be like, what the fuck are you doing? But with FDR, a lot of liberals, including myself, have been like, oh, yeah, FDR, great legacy. In some ways not. So he did the New Deal, saved us from the Depression, was genuinely like a social democratic person. But, I mean, as somebody tweeted at me the other day, and this was true, they were like, look, up until 1964, 65, all the presidents before then, they're out of the running for, like, a passing grade because you were president of the United States when there was either slavery or segregation. So, like, you were president when that happened, and you couldn't change that. So it's almost like an automatic F. Because that's so bad. Like, you oversaw an apartheid system. So then every president we're talking about is from, like, Lyndon Johnson and onward. And when you go Lyndon Johnson and onward, who the fuck, like, so who's going to be in the same league as Obama? Bill Clinton was even more right-wing and more neoliberal. I guess you could say Jimmy Carter, but his economic situation was a disaster. He was good with foreign policy because he didn't fire a shot.
Was Nixon good?
Nixon was a piece of shit. Lyndon Johnson was good with economic policy. He did the war on poverty, and he signed the Civil Rights Act, which is great, but he escalated Vietnam. So, like, there's no... When you say he's the most overrated president ever, it's like, well, how do you account for the fact that almost every other president was a fucking dumpster fire? You know what I'm saying? So, like,
and it's just like a knee-jerk reaction, too. Like, it's hard to sort of base his shit now still until Trump fucks it up, and then you're just like...
Well, yeah, but so that's the thing is, then that's why it was hard. I said this in my segment. It was really hard to grade him because I was like, how do I do it? Do I grade Obama compared to an ideal president, like the perfect president? Like, okay, this would be an A+, a president who basically, for example, could, like, implement all of Bernie Sanders' platform. Like, not just believe in those things, but, like, actually get it into law. Is that an A+ president? Or... is it relative, and do you grade him compared to other presidents? Because if you grade him just compared to other presidents, he is one of the best. But if you grade him compared to an ideal, he's a disaster. So, like, you have this really, like, rigid dichotomy where compared to the perfect president, he's like an F. But compared to other presidents, he's like an A. So how do you, like, what do you do?
Yeah, how do you gauge that?
I was going to do a weighted and unweighted grade, and if I did a weighted and ungraded, weighted and unweighted, it probably would have been like an A versus an F, like I just said. But I was like, okay, that's too duh, you know? Like, that's too easy. Obviously, he sucks compared to what the ideal is. Obviously, he's good compared to other presidents. So I decided to, like, do a mix of the standards. Like, okay, I have a mix of idealism and perfectionism and a mix of, like, pragmatism and realism and grade him according to that. And my grade was, I gave him a 67. And I went through 30 minutes of all the good things he did, went into detail about that. 30 minutes of all the shitty things he did, went into detail about that. And it's a hard thing to do because there's some things that, like, you feel like, oh, you got to give him a higher grade because he did that. Like, okay, we were about to be in a depression, and we weren't in a depression. Like, between the stimulus and bailing out GM and a bunch of the policies that his administration took, he literally saved us from a depression. Like, that, great. Okay, Cuba deal, great. Iran deal, great. Freeing nonviolent drug offenders, great. There's a bunch of things that it's like, I don't think even other Democratic politicians would have did this, but he did this, and they're really good things. So for those, you go, oh, I got to give him a good grade. But then on the flip side, you go, okay, hold on. You assassinated a 16-year-old American citizen with a fucking drone, which is illegal. You waged an illegal drone war because you're doing it in 7 different countries, and you didn't get approval through Congress for it. So you basically took George W. Bush's war on terror and expanded it. We were in 2 countries with Bush. Now we're in 7 countries with Obama. You didn't roll back U.S. empire. You expanded U.S. empire. You expanded NSA spying multiple times. You promised, like, oh, we're going to, there's no, what did he say when he was campaigning in 2008? Something like, we don't believe in the false choice of protecting civil liberties and having security. So in other words, like, we could protect civil liberties and have security. Well, then when he got in office, he's like, fuck it, expand NSA spying and, collect everybody's metadata and information. And so you look at something like that and you go, fuck, man, like, you went in the opposite direction with some core promises,
Yeah, but some would probably say that helps their security a little bit, right? If they know all that shit. Like, some people don't mind if they're doing all that stuff, right? If it makes them more secure.
It's a Republican, or it was a Republican position. Obviously, it changes with the administrations. When there's a Democrat in there, all of a sudden they care about their civil liberties. When there's a Republican in there, they're like, take my civil liberties, take them. But yeah, no, for a principled liberal or progressive, it's not a question. It's not. The Constitution says you have a protection from unreasonable search and seizure. It is clearly unreasonable to collect everybody's metadata and information and emails and phone calls and store it in a fucking a multi-billion-dollar facility in Utah, which is what they're doing. And they don't even, it also says in the Constitution you need a specific warrant to search the specific person, places, or things that you're trying to search. We don't have that anymore. They could take one person, they go to the FISA court, which isn't even a real court, so they rubber stamp everything they want to spy on. And then they could spy on one person and just say, anybody who I deem attached to this person is part of this investigation. So I don't need specific warrants anymore. I could just spy on everybody for any reason whatsoever. So crazy. As a liberal, he was campaigning on, no, that's obviously crazy. We're not going to do that. We're going to protect your privacy rights and your civil liberties. And then he didn't do it. So between expanding war and doing that, probably the biggest one, which is he didn't do anything to fix money in politics. Campaign finance wasn't anywhere on his fucking mind. So not addressing the biggest problem, which births all other problems, which is the corruption in the system, well, then you look at that and you go, you're so bad, I got to fail you. So you got to try to balance all this shit. And the grade I came up with was 67 at the end of the day. I actually had written down on my paper C-. But as I was giving my own argument on air, I talked myself into lowering it because the second half of I did the good stuff first. I did the bad stuff second. And as I was going through the bad stuff, there were so many things I came across where I was like, okay, this is like a disqualifier. I should be failing you. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do, instead of C-, I'll go 67. So it's like a D.
Yeah, 67 sounds worse than a C-.
Yeah. But some people, it's weird because some people were like saying in the comment section, like, oh, 67, he gave him a C+. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, where do you get a C+
are you talking about? Some people were like, oh, in my school you had to get a 70 or more to pass. I was like, okay, I've heard of that before. But you called a 67 a C+? Some people did? I'm like, what are you saying? Or a C? That's not a C, that's a D.
Yeah. I used to get 67s all the time. I think it's just an emotional time for Obama right now. So when he was doing his farewell speech, my sister even texted me because she's a big fan of yours, but she was tight because you tweeted something like, you're up there saying all this stuff, and she was like, what is he supposed to get up on stage and say all the shit that he didn't do well?
No, I'll tell you why he pissed me off. This is why he pissed me off. Because, he became a little bit of a cult of personality. So during his speech, he touched on some policy stuff, but it was typical Obama in that it wasn't really Bernie Sanders policy related. It was more like
the fluff,
vague, generalized, flowery statements and allusions to the big grandiose things like equality and justice and freedom and when you hear a politician using words like that, you can guarantee it's bullshit. Because that's what they say when they're trying to fill in the blanks and not tell you specific policies they've done or specific policies they want to do. So it's an easy way to get applause lines without actually talking about something concrete. So there was a lot of that in the speech. And then at the end, I get it. I'm like a fucking leathery old cynic. I'm like an 85-year-old man who's been miserable his whole life. That's how I come across. But so he took that moment to talk about his daughter and talk about his wife and then talk about Joe Biden and they teared up and shit, and he was talking about, oh my God, the honor to serve the American people, but my wife is, the greatest, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, we have 7 wars going on under you. There's 7 interventions happening right now. What the fuck? I don't care about your wife. I don't care about your personal situation. I didn't elect you to be my fucking best friend. I didn't elect you to be my family member. I didn't elect you to... I don't care about your personal situation. If I cared about that, I'd want you on a reality show on E, and then I'd learn about what you're doing. But...
That's a good point.
But that's the thing is, it became this thing, like a cult of personality. Okay,
they're such a great family. This and that. It's okay, that's
people
great.
are invested in him as a person, as opposed to what he's supposed to be, which is a representative of the American people who pushes for what the American people want in policy to get it into law. A politician is nothing. A representative is supposed to do. The main thing they're supposed to do is represent you, and instead of. I didn't expect him to go out there and go over all of his failures, but I did give him credit at parts of the speech where I thought he was right and making a good case. So, for example, there was a part of the speech where he said something like, he spoke about, saving GM and doing private sector job creation and passing Obamacare and giving 30 million more people health insurance. I love that part of the speech because I'm like, okay, all of that is true and all of that is good shit that you actually did. So you're saying something substantive and real, and it's accurate, and I love that. but he was only on that part of the speech for like 37 seconds, and then it was right back to the flowery nonsense rhetoric, and then it went to the family shit and Joe Biden. And look, I mean, on some level, I get it that I got a lot of shit for that tweet. A lot of people were like, fuck you to me.
I think people got tired of you over Michelle Obama or something, right?
Yeah, it was. That's the thing I said. I was like, dude, look, I love Michelle Obama, but like, you're the president and you have 7 interventions going on right now. Like, kind of like chill with the family fucking bullshit. Mm-hmm. Like, how many Yemeni mothers are going to sleep without their kid alive because your ass droned them? You droned a wedding. You can also
say he's supposed to be seen as a role model, you know, and like kids look up to them in a way, right? I mean, like the president is supposed to be someone that the kids look up to, and
yeah, but that's my point. My point is like, if you want to be this grandiose figure that people actually look up to, live it, as opposed to doing the propaganda angle of it, which is, isn't my family so great? While behind the scenes, there's all these wars going on and all this corruption and all this bullshit, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, don't get me wrong, man. I got everything in perspective. People accuse me of not having it in perspective, but I have it in perspective. I understand full well. When you compare Obama to somebody like George W. Bush, it's not even close. I don't agree with the people who do the false equivalence and who say, like, oh, they're all the same. They're not all the same. They're not all the same. 30 million more people have health insurance now because of Obama that they wouldn't have if it was a Republican in there. I understand that. And I understand that when you compare those two, George Bush gets like a 4%, and Obama gets a 67%. Do the math. There's a huge difference there.
Yeah.
But I guess the part of me that sometimes comes out more aggressively is the fact that I want that 67 to be a 92. You know?
But he was on, so I listened to his podcast when he was on with Mark Maron, and he was talking about in a democracy, like things aren't just going to change like completely, you know, like it takes obviously time. Right. Like we've been here for so long. So he was saying if he can even move that needle just partially like in the direction of where it's supposed to go, like people aren't going to be happy about something, you know, and someone's going to be happy about something. But if he can get it going in the right direction, he can't just change everything, you know?
Yeah, so let me address that because this is his standard dodge now. Mm-hmm. So when he was campaigning in 2008 and he was coming into office, his argument was hope and change, hope and change, hope and change. We're going to go into Washington. We're going to shake things up. I'm anti-establishment. Bush is the establishment. We're going to go in there and fix things. And then over time, when he was in there, hope and change became the point you just made. Incrementalism. Okay, So let's say right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, we're at a 2. Look, if I can get it to 2.5, take it. Take your half loaf and shut the fuck up. That's basically his point. Now, here's why that's bullshit. It's bullshit because in many instances, he didn't even try for the right policies. So that's a dodge. That point he's making is nothing but a dodge because, so take healthcare, for example. Do I give him credit for giving 30 million more people healthcare? Absolutely. But is Obamacare also a shitty piece of legislation? Absolutely. Both those things are true. It's a shitty piece of legislation because at the time Obamacare was passed, he had a supermajority. The Democrats had a supermajority in Congress, which means they could have got anything they wanted through. What did they pick? They picked a former right-wing healthcare plan. That's what Obamacare is. The core of it is this thing called the individual mandate, which mandates by law that everybody has to buy insurance on the private marketplace. The actual liberal position is what Bernie Sanders just busted his ass campaigning for when he was running for president, which is single payer. Single payer is there's one insurer in the country. It is the government. So all your health care is funded out of our tax dollars. Virtually every other modern nation has that system because you go to the hospital and you walk out and you don't pay a fucking thing out of pocket because that's how civilized people act. You get sick, you get help. Obama didn't push for single payer. He didn't even push for like the center left idea, which is a public option, which is basically you can like opt in to a Medicare-like system. A single payer is like everybody just kind of has it by default. Public option is you opt into that kind of a system. He didn't even go for that. He allegedly went for it for like 2.5 minutes, and then he caved immediately to, okay, we'll do the right-wingers plan. Why are you caving to the right-wingers when you have a supermajority? Now, see, again, this is where he goes, well, look, I moved the needle in a little bit of the right direction. No, but what it was really about is he didn't even really want single payer that badly, because he, just like all the other politicians, they take money from the health insurance companies, so you got to play ball with the health insurance companies. So they got to sit at the table and you got to cut deals with them. And then they said, you know what? Hey, we'll do a half measure, we'll do a bullshit reform, but Obama, will get to check off the box of doing healthcare reform, and it'll be historic, and I'll go out there and blow myself and say how great I am, but you did a fucking half measure. And this is him across the board. So again, with campaign finance. He didn't do anything for campaign finance. That's the number one problem in our system. There's a reason why Congress has an approval rating of 9%, or on a good day, 21%. Because even immediately after you elect them and you ask people about it, they go, fuck them. I don't care about them. They're assholes. Like, fuck Congress. They're terrible. How can it be in a democracy you just elected them and you hate them? Because everybody knows the system is corrupt. Everybody knows that these politicians are taking tremendous amounts of money from Wall Street and pharmaceutical companies and big business and billionaires and all these multinational corporations.
Yeah, every politician who goes into office usually comes out richer, right?
Oh, for sure. And then they go on a speaking tour and they pull a Hillary Clinton and a Bill Clinton, and it's crazy. But so that's like when Obama makes that point of, well, look, I tried and we moved the needle in the right direction. That's true. But there's also no doubt that's also a dodge, and he could have gotten a lot more. He acts like now the standard thing is all you talk about is the Republican obstruction. The Republican obstruction was disgusting, and it was literally historic. There was more Republican obstruction in this administration than there's ever been. So there's no doubt about that.
Everything he tried to pass, they try to shoot down.
That's true. That's totally true. But he did not push for things he actually could have gotten through. And that was the litmus test. Look, there's no way he would have gotten everything he wanted. That is true because there was obstruction. But there was a time when he could have got a lot more done, and he didn't do it. And he didn't do it by choice because he's not as progressive as he made out in 2008 when he said, hope and change, I'm going to shake everything up. And by the way, this is also one of the main reasons why Trump won and Hillary lost, is that Hillary ran on what? Hey, I'm the status quo. I'm going to continue what's going on right now. When Trump said, make America great again, Hillary's response was, America is already great. That's a Republican kind of thing to say. That's a conservative thing to say. So Trump came along, as stupid and idiotic as he is, and he made the argument of, I'm going to make America great again. I'm the candidate of change. I'm the anti-establishment candidate. I'm going to shake it up. And then people went, oh, I guess I go with that guy. Now, obviously, Hillary won the popular vote by about 3 million votes. But the Democrats knew what states they had to win, and they couldn't hold the states that they had to win, because they didn't campaign in the right places. Hillary didn't. They didn't appeal to the right people. So, look, that's why the thing about Obama's mixed. I get it. He's way better than any fucking Republican asshole would have been. I can already tell you he's almost certainly going to be way better than Donald Trump based on Trump's cabinet picks and the preliminary information that we have. But I don't agree with the liberal fetishization. I'm making that word up. But I don't believe with the liberal fetish that has become Obama, this idea of like this grand, opulent, fantastic leader who's so ultimately reasonable. No, he's a standard politician. He's kind of a centrist, corporatist, establishment politician who appears much more reasonable in context because the entire Washington spectrum is so far to the fucking right that, even centrism feels like, ooh, revolutionary.
What are they, scared to go against the big corporations? Like, once he got into office, he should have just been like, I got your money. I don't give a fuck now.
Well, it's funny because I think it was Bill Hicks, who's a comedian. He was very political, had said, he did this bit about how I would imagine that once you get elected, they drag you into a room and they say, sit down. And then they tell you everything that's actually going on. And then you walk out of that room and you're like, okay, so all that stuff I said, no, we're not going to change any of that. But no, really, it's not that they're scared. It's that it's the swamp. Trump always told me, drain the swamp, drain the swamp. He's not going to drain the swamp. He's also the swamp. So let me be clear about that. But it is the swamp in that it's normal. If you're a mosquito in the swamp and you look next to you and you see another mosquito, you go, oh, it's a mosquito. That's how it is. We're in the swamp. So it's just another day in Washington to take gigantic campaign contributions from a multinational corporation and then do their bidding. And then you lie to yourself. So for example, this was big recently. Cory Booker, who was viewed as he's going to be the next
Yeah, that was the guy who like saved the cat from the tree or whatever, or shoveled in the snow. He was like from Jersey.
Yes, yeah, and people viewed him as like, oh, yes, he's going to be the next big Democratic thing. And
Yeah.
so Bernie Sanders proposed a resolution recently, last week, that said, okay, we're going to import pharmaceutical drugs from Canada because Canada pays way less for the same drugs that we pay for, because the way it works in Canada is there's an independent board that negotiates with the drug companies for better prices. In the U.S., by law, they're not allowed to negotiate with the drug companies. So whatever the drug companies say, hey, we're going to charge you $700 for this thing that costs $25.
Like Martin Shkreli charging.
Right. It was a similar situation with Shkreli, but that's another thing to talk about. But anyway, so charge a shitload for the drugs. They're like, no, let's fix that. And we would save so much money, life-saving medication. And it's just an obvious thing to do. Like, import the drugs from Canada. They're mostly American-made, but import them from Canada because we save a shitload of money. The resolution failed, I think, with 46 votes in favor. And it was a very weird vote because there were 12 Republicans who crossed party lines to vote with Bernie Sanders.
Oh, really?
And there were 13 Democrats who voted with the Republicans and voted against it. One of the Democrats who voted against it was Cory Booker. Now, he says, well, no, you guys got it all twisted. No, the reason I'm doing this is because in the bill, it doesn't say that the drugs have to be by FDA standards. So this is a regulation issue. Like, we want to make sure the drugs are regulated really, really well. But as my buddy Jimmy Dore says, and he's 100% right, really point to me the epidemic of people dropping dead from bad drugs in Canada. Like, what do you think, is the fucking Congo? Like, it's crazy? No. If anything, the Canadian regulatory bodies are more strict than U.S. regulatory bodies. So they're regulating them just fine. And then furthermore, like I said, most of these drugs are made in the United States anyway. Mm-hmm. So when you dig a little deeper, come to find out who's the number one Democratic recipient of big pharma money. Cory Booker. Cory Booker's taken about $300,000 from the pharmaceutical company, and this is classic, hey, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. You give me money for my campaign, I'm going to do your bidding. And then he lies to himself and lies to the public and says, no, I don't know what you mean. I'm just concerned about the regulatory angle of this, and I just got to make sure that everything's okay. And then holy hell rained down on Cory on Twitter, and he deserves every single fucking word of it. But this is a really long way of me saying, it's not that he's a bad person, it's that this is the incentive structure of the system. Pharmaceutical companies, a lot of them are in New Jersey, so they're a huge political contributor. So in his mind, he goes, if I don't vote this way on this bill, and I could tell myself this bullshit fairy tale about how I'm doing it for better regulations and yada yada, but if I don't vote this way on this bill, I'm not going to get the money from them, I'm not going to win re-election, and my career is over. So the cancer is the money in the system. And this gets back to Obama, which is he didn't even try to get it out. So when he gives this thing about, like, oh, big bad Republicans, no, motherfucker, you didn't fight hard enough because you didn't want to change it. Barack Obama won twice a race for president of the United States, and he won within the context of the current system with all the money and the corruption. Why would he want to change it when this system benefited him? He won twice that way.
Yeah, but even the second 4 years, when he's got nothing to lose, that's when people thought maybe he'll do something else.
Yes, and in some ways that's true. Right? Like, in some ways that's true because he kept freeing nonviolent drug offenders. That was a second-term thing. In the first term, he actually moved more in the wrong direction. There were, like, raids of, weed facilities in California. Second term, he was like, anyway, so let's start freeing these motherfuckers. So, yeah, in some ways, he was like, you know what, fuck it. But that just goes to show you some of the things that are progressive priorities he just doesn't believe in. He just doesn't believe in getting the money out of the system. That's why I'm tough on Obama. But look, like, I got shit from both sides. Like, some people said, I can't fucking believe you only gave him a 67, you scumbag. Like, think of all the good things he did. And then other people said, I can't believe you passed him, you scumbag. Look at all these terrible things he did. So, I don't know. I think I tried to walk the line properly and look at all the things he did and really weigh it out, but it's hard because it's a subjective judgment at the end of the day either way.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a tough time to be grading him because people are nervous about Trump, and, so some people see him as really good because they're so scared about Trump, and other people see him as bad because they might think that Trump's going to do better than what he did.
Yeah, it's weird. Trump is he's like a post-ideological president. Not that the other presidents have strong ideologies. They're like tentatively attached to an ideology, but again, it's more about the corruption and more about their careers and shit. But with Trump, it's like, damn, him and Hillary, to be fair, they're two politicians who've been on every side of every issue. Like, you could find him taking any position on anything. Like, he's never not contradicted himself on policy. So I argued that in the primary, that was actually a benefit for him because it allowed the Republican primary dunce voters to just project onto him whatever they believe. So since he said everything, you just go, oh, that thing he said that I agree with, that's what he really believes, and I'm just going to dismiss the other shit. It's not supposed to work like that. You're supposed to have a media that says, hey, idiots, that's not a thing. Like, for him to contradict himself, it means he's a fucking amoral vacuum.
Yeah, he can't take a stance on something.
Yeah, and it's going to be filled with the establishment telling him and the people around him and his advisors telling him this is what you're going to do and this is what you believe, and he'll probably listen. And when he's not doing that, he'll probably just be acting off an impulse in an authoritarian way to crack down on people. So it is definitely a scary time, and in less than a week, Donald fucking Trump is going to be president of the United States.
I was listening to Jeffrey Ross, like the roast master.
Right,
you know, Jeffrey. He was on a podcast. I was listening to him, and he said he saw, and he's against Trump, but he said he saw Trump golfing. And this is how much Trump knows about what's going on overseas or whatever. Ross had just come back from doing a comedy show in, I don't know, wherever, Afghanistan, Iraq, or whatever. And Trump was just like, it's a mess over there, right? Yeah, so anyway, and just like had no idea what was going on. It was just like, it's a mess over there, right? Like, it just shows he doesn't give a fuck about the soldiers. He doesn't give a fuck about what's going on over there, and that, like, just so quickly.
Trump showed how easy it is to blow up the system because, so he was running, in the primary, he was running against super establishment people. In general, he did too. Hillary's massively establishment. But like Marco Rubio, Jeb Bush, Ted Cruz, people like that, John Kasich, and he showed how easy it is to blow up the system. You know, it reminds me of when I was in like 6th grade or something, maybe 7th grade, there was we did a mock trial. And the mock trial was some sort of crime. I don't remember what it was, but I was the defense lawyer. And so this poor girl spent like a week fucking prepping everything that she had to prep. And she's the prosecution, so she's got to prove that my client is guilty of whatever the crime was. Again, I don't remember. But so I look at all her fucking notes and how prepared she is. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And you know me, son. I didn't prepare at all. I think I learned that day, like, oh, you're going to argue this. And so...
You'd be the best lawyer to walk into someone's jail cell and just like, I'm going to just show up tomorrow and try and take care of this.
You're fired. That's what they tell me. But apparently it's not a good idea to fire me because, anyway, she argues her case, lays it out in massive detail. I go out there and I just bullshit, but I poke like 2 or 3 holes in her story. And I pull like a Johnny Cochran. If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit or some shit. You know, the equivalent of that. And then I won. And when I won, I was like, how the fuck did I win this? But that's like what Trump is, because Trump in the debates, I was watching some of them last night, watching like little clips of it, because I love that clip of Trump going wrong, wrong. I sent it to you. He's like, he changes his inflection. Like sometimes he goes quick, you're wrong. And sometimes like wrong. So I was watching that, and it led me to another video of him just fucking. It was like the saddest moments of Jeb Bush or something was the name of the video, and it was just him fucking railroading him. Because Jeb would be like, Don, you said some stuff that I don't think is necessarily true, and hey, no, I'm not gonna pipe down, Don. He's like, oh, right, Jeb, you're real tough. You're a real tough guy, Jeb. And like he just says it in such a glib, dismissive way that you can't help but laugh at it and like it. You're like, oh god damn it, stop liking it. But that's the thing is, because he's more of like a human who's like kind of just winging it, but being a human. He's just more appealing than a guy like Marco Rubio, who's like, let me give you my 32 rehearsed talking points and point like a politician and tell you how I feel about this, this, and this. And you're like, oh, you're so fake and it's so gross and I want to shower just fucking listening to you talk. And then when there's this fucking, this bomb on stage, this human grenade who's like, you're a puppet
just
to your donors.
Making a mockery of it.
Yeah, and you go, oh, fuck, he's the most, like, you watch it to watch him fuck everybody up. Like, that's what happened, and it wasn't just me, it was apparently the entire country, and especially the Republican base. Trump was in South Carolina or North Carolina, I think it was South Carolina, but there's, like, a big military community there and a military base and shit, at that debate where they allegedly, they love the Bushes in this place and they backed him throughout the Iraq War. And so Trump at this place screamed at Jeb Bush and said, "The towers came down under your brother. He didn't keep us safe." He said this in the heart of military country. And he won the debate.
Yeah,
the second
crazy.
he badmouthed George W. Bush, the Iraq War, and did what sounded like liberal Michael Moore talking points in a conservative primary and won the debate, that was the night where it was like, that's it. It's over. There's no way anybody's catching up to him. That's the end of it. And we all should have saw it coming. I mean, when I look back, I go, I can't believe anybody ever thought he wasn't going to win. Because what the fuck, robot Marco Rubio was going to overcome him? That's what was going to happen? Ted Cruz, the smarmiest man on earth, the sleaziest, slimiest person on earth. Jeb Bush, who's got the fucking personality of a gnat. He's gonna beat him. Nobody's gonna beat him. So, and now this.
That's why it's always. I mean, it's always. You're always, Thanksgiving when you have like that your old grandma or someone who comes out and will just say whatever. You sort of don't, necessarily like that person because you're just like, oh, Bill's just gonna say whatever. But then when they say that shit, you're sort of like, it's good he said that because like he put everything out on the table, And
at least it's interesting. At least it's fucking interesting as opposed to sitting there and like, the weather this week was quite bad and it was cloudy on Tuesday, and you're sitting there like, shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Everybody's going to be like, oh, Uncle Jim's coming over and he's loud and he's a drunk and everything. But it's like, yeah, but he puts all of our fucking dirty laundry on the table. And like when we leave, it's just like, it's sort of good he said that because that bitch is pregnant, but she wasn't going to say it. And she is fucking everybody.
Yeah. The sad thing is,
like, it's good to have people that are. I mean, it's not good. It's good to have someone calling those people out, but when they're doing it like Trump and just have no,
you want a mix of somebody who does that, but also is actually right about shit, as opposed to somebody who does that and is this like vacuum of a human who's unprepared and doesn't know anything. You got to marry that kind of like fuck it all mentality with somebody who's actually making sense about shit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, but let's move on to some other shit because I know we don't have all the time in the world here, and there's a bunch of shit I want to talk about. So did you ever see the movie The Accountant or no?
With Ben
Affleck.
No, I didn't see it.
Dude, it is.
Is it good?
No, it is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
He's hit or miss too because he'll make a banger and then he'll make like a Geely or something like that where it's trash.
Yeah, the Good Will Hunting was always a classic with
hell yeah.
Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. That was great.
And he did. He was in The Town, right?
The Town was a good movie. I liked The Town. I enjoyed that.
He makes good movies.
What else? Oh, did the Batman thing with him release yet? I don't even know.
Yeah, people really liked it.
Did they?
My cousin's huge into comics, and he was like, I was really surprised. Affleck did a great job as Batman.
I'm a little bit of a dick when it comes to superhero movies. Like, I'm kind of a bigot against them. Like,
well, you don't think
I have a bigoted mindset against superhero movies. There's this. I turn into Trump for superhero movies, and I'm like, wrong. Like, no, but Kyle, you don't understand. Like, this is a good movie because what happened? Wrong. No, but the Hulk is this great thing. He blows up, and it's Edward Norton. And wrong. Okay, but the Christian Bale with the Batman and the way he's wrong. You're wrong.
Why,
You're wrong.
What do you have against them? I mean,
I don't know. I think there's something like, okay, I can do the willing suspension of belief or disbelief, whatever the fucking thing is, with like a bunch of types of things. But for superheroes, it's just so fucking formulaic. Like, okay, so you got this person that's not really a person. He has like superpowers, and then he comes along and he saves the day, and there's a bad guy, and he's the good guy. And this goes back.
Hollywood. That's movies. I mean,
no. But this goes back to the conversation we were having probably the last 2 or 3 times we did the podcast, which is I've apparently been turned on to this not new thing, but it was fairly new to me because I rarely watch movies and I rarely watch TV. But the anti-hero. Like fucking Tony Soprano or like Walter White. And it's like, this is entertaining because now you have somebody. It's not like the Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal, like, I'm the good guy and I'm here to save the day. It's like you actually got to look at this character and analyze this character and go, is this person a good guy or is this person a bad guy? And I don't know. I have conflicting feelings and now I'm interested in their story and now I'm following them and like.
And he's a normal person. It's not like a guy getting dressed up in a costume going around New York City where you're like, yeah, that's not real.
But look, I want to be clear. I'm not putting anybody down. Like, believe me. I'm into weird shit myself. I love golf and I like Chris Brown. You know how many people in the world have that mix? Like, I'm a big time golfer, but also, man, did you hear that new Breezy track that dropped? Like, no, that's nobody. So like, I get it. I have weird taste myself. So it's like the old Chris Rock joke. Never going to find anybody that likes Seinfeld and the Wu-Tang Clan. Like, I get it. So I'm weird, too. So I'm not putting anybody down who likes that stuff. It's just not for me. And I just always say, no, wrong. That's my thing.
And there's too many versions of it. Like, with the Hulk, they made one bad version, and then there was a good version, and
they also recycle it like a motherfucker. That pisses me off because... And I get it. They do it because it's guaranteed to be a banger in the sense that people will go, But, like, I don't know, fucking live a little. Take a shot with the studio on some crazy fucking new shit, And maybe it fails, maybe it doesn't. But, I don't know. I would have more respect for the newish kind of things. I'm really getting into... I caught up in Better Call Saul. I think I told you that.
Yeah.
So I got to start... I learned I don't like catching up to something and then having to watch it live. I want to watch it all at once. Yeah. So, like, I loved Breaking Bad. I was able to watch it all at once. I love Sopranos. I was able to watch it all at once. But now with Better Call Saul, I caught up, and I got to watch it live, and I'm like,
and
no.
And they haven't even announced when, like, the new thing, like they said maybe in the spring or
April.
something?
They announced
April?
today,
Okay.
actually. I saw it right before I came on air with you on Twitter.
Nice.
They said April 10th, I think, or something like that.
Okay, good.
But now I'm mad because I have to watch that live. And now
the
things I watch live are piling up. I watched The Walking Dead live. I watched Fear the Walking Dead live. And now I watch fucking Better Call Saul live. Mm-hmm. So that means other ones like The Americans is on my list. I can't watch that because I think that's still happening. Game of Thrones.
You can do House of Cards.
House of Cards, is that over or no?
I think so.
I thought it wasn't over, but maybe I'm wrong.
I could be wrong.
Mad Men
I know
is
they
over.
finished their last season.
I could watch Mad Men. I could watch The Wire. I could watch Deadwood.
I got to watch The Wire. So what happened with the Ben Affleck? Where was the accountant story going?
Oh, God, it was so bad.
So
it started out intriguing. It started out intriguing because you have this guy, spoiler alert for everybody who hasn't seen it, just a heads up, we're going to talk about it for 5 or 10 minutes here, but started out good. It was intriguing. You have this guy who's like on the autism spectrum. Like, he's definitely functional, but he's like disconnected and a little weird, which, by the way, side note, I might be on the autism spectrum because I'm like way too literal and I don't know, I feel socially awkward. But anyway, different story for a different day. So he's on the autism spectrum. He's kind of like a genius in when it comes to numbers, when it comes to organization and stuff. And he's worked for like the top, cartels in the world and terrorists and rogue states and shit. And he makes a shitload of money doing that. But then he's also like an assassin. Like part of his, his autism.
You don't pay your taxes.
his thing is like he was trained by his dad because his dad wanted to see him toughen up because he got this problem, and so he wanted to make sure no kid could like kick his ass and stuff. So he taught him to like be a beast with martial arts and shit. So he's like this assassin who kills people, but he's also...
But who's he going after?
So that's where the story gets weird. Like, he's hired by this company to look into what's happening with their books because there was a giant problem with their books and they were missing X amount of millions of dollars. And so he looks into it, and then they abruptly shut it off. They come in when he's about to figure it out, and they're like, okay, we're shutting this down. Apparently they hired him. They didn't know he was going to figure it out, because they thought it was like impossible to figure it out, and then people start dying from the company because apparently whoever's behind it is like offing people and shit. And then anyway, long story short, it gets to a later on point, and like, so he's going on this killing spree of all the bad guys involved or something, and then his brother is like the head of the bad guys who's hired by this company to like cover everything up. And it was just awkward and weird, and I saw the brother thing coming from a mile away. And
oh, really?
And you know what else sucked? There was, at the end of the story, there was like this long explainer. Like, when you have to do a super long explainer at the end of the movie to make sense of everything, wrong. Don't do it. Because it's just... No. Because you'll probably put everybody so far off in the weeds that even with your explainer, they're going to be like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And that was me. And I was like, it was horrible. So... I don't know, it was just bad. It was real bad. And apparently the critics agree with me. So sometimes I disagree with the critics, but sometimes it's spot on. The critics were right along with me. It actually got me tight to read positive reviews. I was like, you don't even think that was good. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You don't like that movie.
Some people just want to be the opposite of what everybody else is saying.
The people who are contrarians just for the sake of being contrarians as opposed to like making good points and being contrarians, fuck yourself. Because you're not being... They think like... Oh, I will by definition be smart if I just disagree with everybody. No, sometimes you look like a giant douche because you're a giant douche. That movie sucked, man. It was so bad.
How are you with so I want to see the Patriots Day with Mark Wahlberg. Are you okay with making Hollywood movies out of like the Boston Marathon and all that stuff, or like a 9/11 movie?
Yeah, I mean, it's as long as it's done right, sure. Yeah, for sure. Like, there's that video, the movie about Benghazi which the whole Benghazi thing where they try to blame it on Hillary, that's actually a scandal against Hillary. That's total bullshit. She didn't do anything wrong. Like the conspiracies got so ridiculous that some of them were like, and she did a stand down order and wanted our people to die. Shut the fuck up, you idiot. So like a lot of that shit is bullshit in that movie, but I think got pretty good reviews. Like,
Affleck also did the movie of the U.S. consulate in another country or something.
That was a decent movie. I didn't dislike that movie.
That was also Hollywood too, where it was like they
probably spruced up the thing a little
shredding
bit.
the papers.
Although the real story is very similar and it's really fucking crazy.
Really?
The hostages in Iran with Jimmy Carter and then Reagan. The real story that is crazy. Jimmy Carter, in his last 3 days in office, didn't sleep because for 3 days he was negotiating the release of those prisoners. And he actually got the release. He negotiated the release. But the Reagan administration called Iran and said, don't release the prisoners until Reagan is sworn in.
Oh, so he can get the credit for it?
Reagan gets sworn in. Yeah, they take credit for it. And then they do the faux we're not taking credit. We're going to send Jimmy Carter to meet the Iranian hostages at the airport or whatever. No, it was apparently a really gross story, but they were like, when he was at the inauguration of Ronald Reagan, he hadn't slept for days, Jimmy Carter hadn't, and he was still waiting on the updates. Like, did they take off yet? It's crazy. So they were on the runway waiting for a day.
That's how the movie showed it there. I mean, it showed they were on the runway and the police was behind them, and then the plane's taking off.
Yeah, they spruce it up, I'm sure, but the real story is crazy enough. It's a fucking crazy story. I saw The Martian the other day with Matt Damon. That was pretty good.
How was that comedy?
It was pretty good. I actually didn't hate it.
With the Golden Globes, they nominated him for that was best comedy or something, right? And there was a whole. No, it wasn't a comedy, but they put him in that category.
So it was an accident?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But there was an ongoing joke about that.
Oh. Yeah, that's weird. I'd be pretty pissed if I was him.
And now there's the new movie about the ladies who worked at NASA, the first 4 black ladies or something.
Right. Is that out yet or no?
I think so. Yeah, I think it came out.
Okay. I want to see Interstellar, the movie with Matthew McConaughey and a bunch of other people, and it's they got to find a new planet before the world fucking dies or some shit.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that stuff.
I want to see that, but so Matthew McConaughey I usually hate,
mm-hmm.
but I liked him in what's that movie? Dallas Buyers Club, where he plays the guy with AIDS.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know the movie.
That was a good ass movie.
Supposedly a good movie. Yeah, I didn't see it.
That was a good ass movie. And actually, this is a slightly embarrassing thing to admit, but I'm gonna admit it. I don't care. I'm gonna admit it. I'm gonna do it right now. You know what movie was fucking awesome?
What?
Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, I didn't see that shit.
Dude, I'm telling you right now,
was he one of the cowboys? No, he wasn't, right?
No, he wasn't, but he made me think of Jake Gyllenhaal and whatever the other guy's name who died is. I forget his name.
Heath Ledger?
Yes, him.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I watched it one night. I turned it on and I was like, you know what? Let me give this
slow,
a chance. But I was expecting to dislike it. I actually really liked it. It is slow, but it builds the plot well.
Really?
You find yourself actually being interested in it.
Oh.
Yeah. That's pretty embarrassing that I just admitted that. But I don't care. I don't care. Well, I don't care. So that's my movie thing.
Speaking of that, gay stuff, I might have spoke about this last time, how Apple automatically puts U2 on your phone.
They automatically put U2 on it?
They put U2's album on your iPhone. It's on your phone if you ever
I have a 7, but
yeah, I think U2's on there.
Hey Siri, find me U2's album.
No, so whatever. So I was with my wife's uncle, and he's he's just a G dude. And we were in the car, and my Bluetooth got synced up or something like that. And U2 came on, and their album cover is a guy with his shirt off, and another guy's down at his waist.
Sucking him off?
It's a weird album cover. And I just wanted to put on some music, and that came on, and my phone was right on the front, and that was showing, and I felt
so embarrassed.
Yeah, then I crashed. But it was weird because it's Apple puts this weird U2 stuff on your phone, and you don't ask for it, and now it was an awkward conversation between me and him, trying to explain why I had that album cover on my phone.
Oh, so he was trying to clown on you for it?
Yeah, and then I was like, no, you don't understand.
You probably
like,
didn't even know what the album cover looked like, right?
I had no idea what it was, but I saw that on my phone. I was like, what is that? So I was confused.
Oh,
but then I was trying to
I
explain.
see. So he looked at your phone and was like, are you looking at gay porn?
Yeah. So I had to explain that. I didn't put that on my phone, but the way that I was explaining it sort of made it sound like I did put it on my phone. So it was a no-win situation.
That's
and I
funny,
sort of wanted
man.
to to Apple for like putting that on my phone.
By the way, speaking of porn, I got a few embarrassing admissions to make. First of all, I didn't know about private windows until very recently. Like
What do you mean private windows?
Private windows, there's some shit where there's like an option on your browser where you click private and it pops up and it doesn't track anything you do. Like if you're just on a regular, thing, like in a regular browser session or whatever, you type shit in and it'll log it. And so you want to go back to it. Okay,
you got to clear your history or something.
You got to clear history or something. But apparently there's a private window where you click private, something comes up, and it doesn't log anything you do, any search you do. It just immediately goes away. See, you didn't know about it either, so I'm not alone. I didn't know about it until like this year, son. Well, this year, I mean in the past, I don't know, month or 2 months or something, I learned about it. But I was like, oh, so basically, Mac and I guess PC too, they do this thing where it's like, this is your beat off window. Like they do it, they just accept it. Like, yeah, here's a beat off window. I thought, oh, what a fucking lovely idea. And then also one more thing about that. I was talking to my buddy. He was talking about how like, oh, my computer has a shitload of porn on it, and I was like, how long if you. How long would it last if you played it back to back? He said, I don't know, it was a few years or some shit. I was like, wait, really?
CK said that on one of his things. He was like, we have enough porn now that could probably take us back to
forget it.
Like Jesus Christ was around and probably last until everybody's going to die.
Yeah, it's been longer than human history. But so I never considered it. I never thought about it like downloading porn. If I want to see porn, I just look at the porn and then move along. But I was
who
like,
downloads porn?
Well, that's the thing. I was like, that seems like a weird idea. Who would do that when you just have it all on the internet and stuff? And then I thought back and I was like, no, there was a few times when I saw a video I liked and then I couldn't find it again. So I was like, you know what? My favorites might have to be downloaded. Not like, I'm not going to go nuts and do like this dude, everything he watches is like, download. But like, the All-Stars, I'll put the All-Star vids in there. I'll do a folder with a good like 25
You'll
or
have
30.
an All-Star game?
There's some that are just perennials. Like, every few months, like, oh, I remember that one. I got to go back to that one.
Yeah, some are classics. I mean, like, that's like with music. I'll have a couple bangers that like just like if an occasion calls for it and the song, it's just like you're throwing on that like back that ass up because it's like
Classic.
That's just golden.
Yeah.
And there's definitely golden
porn movies. Of course.
That like if a situation called for it.
Yeah. So I'll do the
internet's down, something like that, and you got to go.
I got to hide it, though. I created a new folder and everything with a misleading header.
Yeah, well, there's crazy apps now that I think you can make an icon on your iPhone, and it's like, so if you have photos, you'll have another folder
I heard
that
about this.
looks like photos, but you got to press it and put in some secret code and then blah, blah, blah.
And then you get the dirty photos, yeah.
And then you get the dirty photos.
Yeah.
But it looks exactly like the regular one, so if someone was just looking at your phone, they'd be like, oh, that's just like the calculator app or something
exactly.
like that. Like,
yeah, that's what's up. I
like that. Wanted to
idea.
use your calculator and then push that button. Came across all your porn.
There's a lot of shit on the iPhone that I didn't know about. I saw a tweet yesterday from Business Insider. Like, if you do a double space when you're texting, it does a period for you. I didn't even know that. Like, there are little things like that are just super convenient that, like, I didn't realize.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning with Excel. Like, people are geniuses. I'm, like, my new job, I'm, like, doing all this crazy stuff with Excel. And the dude next to me is like, yo, just push that and that.
And then some shit happens. You're like, that's what I wanted, and it would have taken me 20 minutes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, he was like, you could just press Command-Shift-4, right-click, double. Like, it's like a cheat code in a video game.
Yeah.
Like, whole work was done.
Excel seems like it's so fucking annoying looking at it.
Excel.
Like, I just
Whoever
look at
invented it must have just been an asshole, smart guy.
Like, it's obviously necessary for business, but you look at it and it's like, oh, you just look so unnecessarily complicated. Mm-hmm. I feel that looking at fucking, like, simple shit, like Microsoft Word. I'm like, damn, there's so many options on top of the page. I don't even know what I want to do with this.
Yeah.
So, I know we're running out of time here because you got a busy day ahead of you. I got two more things real quick I want to bring up. So the other night, sometimes I tear up at movies, sometimes not. I don't think I've done it in a while. But I was watching this this nature documentary.
Brokeback Mountain.
Brokeback Mountain. It was Brokeback Mountain on Animal Planet with baboons instead of people. No, so there was this thing about wildebeests on Nat Geo Wild, I think is the name of the channel. And I was watching it, and so I don't know how the documentary filmmakers get the shots that they got, but they got amazing shots. But anyway, so there was a part where these lions come out, and there's a giant wildebeest herd, and the lions dart after the wildebeest, and they take one down, and then they eat it. And in the process of that, one of the baby wildebeests kind of twisted its leg.
Ooh.
So, and obviously when you're in the wild and something like that happens, there ain't no fucking wildebeest doctor this motherfucker could go to get his shit fixed. So his leg is just fucked up. So it's this baby.
Wildebeest. All he pictured is a wildebeest guy coming out with a little doctor's uniform on and caring for him.
He needed a cast, son, he did. His shit was fucked up. So it's twisted and fucked up, and so the wildebeest herd, they move in herds because it's safer in herds. So the herd keeps moving. They're got to go to this watering hole to cross it because they're migrating because of the weather or some shit. Mm-hmm. And so this herd of thousands of these wildebeest are moving. But the little baby that twisted his leg and the baby's mom start falling way behind the herd.
Oh.
So they say in the documentary at one point they fell 12 miles behind the herd. That's a fucking super long, son.
Yeah, it's a wrap for them.
So you see the wildebeest hopping and hopping and hopping along. And they talk about how at one point the mother was looking at the herd and looking back, looking at the herd and looking back. And they were she's actually deciding, do I abandon my baby and go with the herd to assure I survive, or do I stay with my baby? So the mother ends up deciding, I'm going to stay with the baby.
Oh, wow.
So stays with the baby, hopping along, but then they come across an area where there are hyenas. And
wait, so you could really see the decision,
yes,
decision making.
That's why I'm discussing this, because this was an amazing documentary. So there are hyenas that show up, and look, the main targets for hyenas, for lions, it's always the babies. Mm-hmm. And then if the baby's injured on top of that, forget about it. You're fucking done, son.
Yeah.
So the hyenas start getting closer and closer and closer and closer. And then the mom's like, what do I do? She's like, fuck it. Turns around, starts chasing after the hyenas. The hyenas do the stutter a second, and then they dip. So, and they were coming they were gonna take down the baby. But because the wildebeest mom darted in the other direction. So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they got out of that. I was expecting, because throughout these documentaries, all the time, you see these things get eaten. So you're like, this thing's just going to get eaten right now. Didn't. Survived. So they keep going. Then they catch up. They're 5 miles back. It was one night. They survived one night. Then they caught up. They were 5 miles back from the herd. Mm-hmm. And then you start seeing the video of all these hundreds, if not thousands, of wildebeest crossing this river. And they show it's crazy as fuck, because there are either alligators or crocodiles. I think crocodiles in the river. And so you'd see all these ones crossing, and then a crocodile would go ride in the waves and just fucking nab one of the wildebeests. And you'd see it eating it as it's floating down river. And all these wildebeest know the deal. They're like, okay, you go in the water, one of you might get jacked. There are thousands of us, so the statistics are in our favor. Yeah. Most of us are going to survive, but some of us are going to get jacked. And that's just what kept happening. They kept getting eaten. So finally, they catch up and they get there. They get to the river. And there were so many of these wildebeest that by the time they got there were still other wildebeest there crossing. So the mother gets in, starts going across, successfully gets across. She looks back when she's almost there, 10% of the way left. She can't find her baby.
Oh.
So she's like, what the fuck is... What? And I'm thinking, this little baby wildebeest is fucked. Eaten, gone, drowned, something. Because first of all, I don't even know if the fucking baby could swim. It's a fucking baby. Second of all, you got a hurt leg, and you just walked 8 zillion miles. So, baby's dead. She turns around.
Oh, so the baby was dead?
Let me explain. She turns around. She's like, I'm going to go back and get it. I'm going to go back and get the baby. So you got to understand the way these wildebeest work, and they're
fucking wildebeest.
They're describing this in the thing, the way the wildebeest apparently work is they got this drive where they're just like, fuck it, we're going. They always move forward, go, 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 go. So you see literally thousands of wildebeest all going in one direction. Then you see this one mother wildebeest turn around and go in the opposite direction. So she's booking it to try to get back to make sure her baby's okay. Fucking crocodile, son. Nabs her.
Yeah. Oh.
So the mother wildebeest dead.
Oh, it sounds like the worst documentary ever.
But wait. So then they talk about how you can literally see like dozens, if not over 100, wildebeest like carcasses just laying there on the bank of the river. They were the water took them down, and they're just all sitting there dead. But then one of the carcasses starts to move, and then its head pops up, and then it gets up. It's the baby. The baby survived, son. The baby survived. The baby hops up, gets to the top of the ridge, and goes after the herd, finds the herd, and the baby survives. But
it was a wrap
died.
for the mom, right?
The mom was dead. But I was like, God.
So if she never went back, she would have been good.
Yeah, but she would have been separated, at least for a while, from her baby.
Yeah, and she wouldn't have known.
Man, what a crazy... I started this by talking about how I rarely tear up. I teared up. I was like...
I feel like I would tear up, too, if I got that. I feel like I'm invested in it now just from your story.
Dude, it was crazy. And you got to remember, these are nature documentaries. So sometimes in these nature documentaries, you see, like this is real life. This is, like, the wild in Africa. So all the time you see these documentaries and you'll just see these motherfuckers get jacked. Like, I've watched these shows on wild dogs and they'll follow a herd and it's just like... Boom, this one gets jacked, that one gets jacked, that one dies a week later. So you're just waiting for the worst to happen. But the way this story unfolded, it was like a fucking movie. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I'm like,
it was like a happy ending that the baby survived.
So credit to the fucking documentary makers, because they got some amazing shots, too. Like, they were able to follow
Yeah,
this
you're
whole
right. How
shit.
did they get that? Like, was it an aerial view or was it like from a ground view?
Oh, they were with them the whole time. The whole crew was following those two the whole time. From when they saw that baby hurt its leg from the lion attacking...
Yeah.
They were able to know who the baby was because of the leg, and then they were able to follow both of them the whole way. And it just unfolded like that crazy fucking story. And then I also got a little sad because it's like, you could see that even though this is a fucking wildebeest with a brain probably the size of a peanut or some shit, like this mother had so much love for her son. And you go, fuck, like all these animals, and like we don't think much of them unless they're like dogs or something like that. But like we don't think much of all the other animals, and it's like, damn, these motherfuckers are like there was a video. Jimmy Dore covered this. His second shout out now that he's getting, but he had on his show. There was a video somebody sent him of cows who were like cooped up in this thing for a really long time, and then somebody freed them and opened the door, and the cows start doing like a joyous like hopping motion. I've never seen a cow act like that. But they were hopping, and they were so happy because they were not cooped up anymore. And I was like, motherfucker, cows have, like, feelings, like serious feelings, too. And I was like, God damn it, but why do burgers taste so good?
Yeah.
But that was it made me want to watch National Geographic more because I was like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, that is wild. When you told that story, all I could think about is how like a girl with like a really fat ass has to walk through New York City and like
what?
and have to like fend off like hyenas and like crocodiles as she's trying to navigate her way through the city.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's gotta be especially.
Is that weird that I was thinking about that?
No, when you said girl with fat ass, I immediately thought to the previous conversation when I was talking about porn. I was like,
yeah,
well, okay.
That too.
There's remnants from that left over in your mind.
Because they did a documentary on that once of like how a girl has to literally walk through the city and everyone's either like whistling at her or they're like saying a comment like.
No, dudes are creepy as fuck. Like, and I'm not trying to put all dudes down. I'm a dude, but like
looking or something.
A sex drive is weird as fuck. Like we're as dudes. We just want to bust nuts everywhere. Like, you just got this, like, semen buildup, and your life is just, like, half of it is, like, I got to get this off of me. I got to get it out of me. And, like, you want to do it in certain ways. And, obviously, we're straight guys. It involves women, and we like big asses. And so, like, it's almost like they're prey, and we're these fucking predators who have this fucking innate urge that we can't get out of us. And it's, like, they're, like, victims of that. I was thinking about that, like... For us to be on the receiving end of, like, female sexuality, we love it. But it's not always the case that for a woman that, like, oh, I love all these advances that guys make, and I love how sexual guys can be with me. Like, most of the time, it's probably creepy as fuck. They're not interested in the guy, And it's just this weird thing where it's like they have this energy and attraction to you, and you're like, I'm just kind of trying to grab a sandwich and go about my business, you know? So that is weird. That is creepy as fuck.
And then the other thing I thought of was when the hyena went back, or no, I'm sorry. What was
Wildabeast.
The wildebeest. Yeah. When the hyenas came up and she started acting crazy at them, and they sort of were just like, I'm not going to fuck with this bitch.
Yep.
It's sort of like when like a person's getting attacked and they're just like, all right, I'm going to pretend I'm like crazy as shit right now. And then people are just like, whoa, let's not fuck with this dude because he's totally crazy.
Yeah, it's like in prison. Like they say when you're in prison, you got to go up to the biggest dude and knock him the fuck out and just be like, ah! And be like, whoa, all right, you went after the biggest dude, we get it. Yeah, no, that's definitely what that is.
It's crazy how that shit works in the wild, too. You can, like, simplify anything back to, like, the wild.
Yeah, because we're animals, like, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. It's weird to think about, but it's true. I mean, we got hair all over our body and shit. It's weird.
Damn.
Yo,
I hope that baby hyena's doing all right now. Or wildebeest.
I hope it is probably dead. Those things probably have a lifespan of, like, 2 years.
Yeah, they probably finished the cut, and then they just, like, got shot by,
exactly. Totally, something happened. An elephant fucking stampeded over it, some shit. I mean, it's the wild, son. They don't fuck around. Last thing real quick, because I know you got to go. I got some shit I got to do too, but I wanted to bring this up because I've been sucked into the YouTube vortex about this. Mm-hmm. Have you followed at all Chris Brown and Soulja Boy and what's been going on? Okay, so let me break it down a little bit for you. So something happened where like Soulja Boy, who's still a bitch who had one like hit.
Yeah.
He liked Chris Brown's ex-girlfriend / baby mama's picture on Instagram or some shit and left a comment, and Chris got mad at that or whatever. And then they started like, fucking with each other.
He's so insecure.
Yeah, he is. But now like on Instagram they've been like really fucking jawing at each other, like saying some shit like "fuck you, bitch," like, and what's his face? Soulja Boy thinks he's like in the Crips or Bloods or some shit, and he talks about, Fruit Town or some shit in Compton and acts like he's like hard. And Chris Brown is chilling with like a bunch of fucking people he probably shouldn't be chilling with too. And now they try to set up like a boxing match or something, and they're actually going to fight each other.
Are they really going to fight each other?
So I don't know. Like apparently there's like laws against it in the U.S. because they're not approved by some boxing association. So they got to like, if they want to do it, they got to go to Dubai or some shit. Like it's just weird, but. Like, I don't know if it's all real or if it's all staged or whatever the fuck it is, but Mike Tyson is training Chris Brown, but
it sounds fake shit.
It does, but then we watch some of the Instagram videos, and it does look kind of real, and Soulja Boy, like, tried to apologize after, like, on the low, and Chris Brown shouted him out, like, no, you're gonna act gangster or some shit. But anyway, this is a long way of me talking about how if you see Chris Brown recently, he's doing massive amounts of coke, man.
Really?
Have you seen his face recently?
No, I haven't.
And you gotta understand, guys, I feel like guilty about liking Chris Brown's music because of what he did to Rihanna and the fact that he's a scumbag.
No, but you always say that like you have to differentiate that shit, like right?
Yeah,
like he makes really good music, and because he's an asshole, like
it's different. Like his music is still good. There's no denying that. But like I don't know. I feel a little guilty because he like. Did a violent assault.
Who said that about like Ray Rice? You're just
woman.
like I didn't ask him.
Well,
when he signed up to play football if he beats women.
What I said about Ray Rice is don't take down his Hall of Fame thing because he still did all the shit that he did on the football field.
So you could say that about Chris Brown.
No, like, I'm not saying take away his records. Music. I'm not saying take away his whatever fucking awards he's gotten. Keep all the awards. He fucking got those awards. I'm just saying I feel a little guilty personally for like really loving his music, But anyway, so. You see him, and he's got, like, classic signs of coke use. Really skinny. His cheekbones are showing now. Like, cheekbones are showing. Kind of got, like, the darkness under his eyes. And always doing fidgety motions and jawing a little bit. And he's definitely super-duper coked up right now. And
when you're in Hollywood, you got nothing else to do. And shit ton of money.
Yeah, but you would hope that he can keep it under control, but it doesn't look like he can. It looks terrible. Like, it looks like, TikTok. And it's hard. It's terrible to say, but that's what it looks like. But nobody around him apparently is keeping it real with him. And it's like, yo, here's the deal, man. Like, you got to chill a little bit, Like, even if he went from doing it all the fucking time to just, like, tapering down or something, like, anything would be better. But he looks skinny. But another thing is, this motherfucker keeps releasing music but not releasing it, and it's getting me mad. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, he'll go to the studio, record a dope song, release it in like little fucking 30-second or minute-long clips on Instagram or something, but it's not like the actual track. It's like him listening to the track, so the quality's a little worse, and like him dancing in the studio doing it. But like he did this with like 6, 7, 8 songs, and every one of them I'm like, damn, I want to listen to that shit. But then it's nowhere. It's only that little fucking clip. And so he's like,
you better hope something happens like with Prince to him where he R.I.P. and then all of his music gets released.
Nah, it's fucked up. But I think maybe what my friend said is maybe they're building up the hype with the Soulja Boy thing, and then they'll release it like right then and there.
Oh yeah, they could do that too.
Yeah, like soon as then their name is out there the most, then they release it. But I don't know.
There's so much beefing. They're talking about Mayweather and Conor McGregor fighting.
Yeah, but again, that's another one that is weird because I almost understand Soulja Boy, Chris Brown more because they're both like whatever. But Conor McGregor's like UFC and Floyd Mayweather's boxing. That's totally different. That's apples and oranges. And
Dana White said he'd give $50 million to like both of them or $25 million each to them, and it's just like people are just trying to stay relevant.
Are they supposed to box or are they supposed to do UFC?
That's what I'm saying. It just makes no sense. Like McGregor would take down Mayweather in 2 seconds. You know, like take him to the ground. But you know, like I don't know.
Yeah, if they do boxing, McGregor would get fucked up. If they do UFC, Conor McGregor would win easy.
Just take him to the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no, you can't. That's like saying we're gonna have an event. We're gonna have the number one, fucking lawn golfer in the world versus the number one golfer in the world. It's like, okay, but that's different. Or no, there is no such thing as lawn golf. I just made that up. The number one fucking
mini golf.
Ping pong versus tennis. There you go. It's like this person's dope at ping pong. This person's dope at tennis. It's like, okay, but that's different. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're both basically hitting a ball. Like, okay, but that's not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people are weird. I don't know. But, you know, it probably is generating a lot of hype because you got Mayweather undefeated in boxing, and you got Conor McGregor, who's a beast. Has Conor McGregor lost in UFC or no?
Yeah, he lost to a guy. Yeah, he lost to someone, but he's still a monster. But rappers now are so bad. Like, I've gotten to a point where I'm the old guy now where I see rappers now, and I'm just like, stop.
No, I know.
There was a dude on Hot 97. He was wearing a ski mask, like a black, like, winter thing with just the eyes and the mouth missing.
And that's his thing? Like
that's his thing.
Oh, no. He's like a WWE wrestler?
Yeah, it's gotten to, like, wrestling with rap. And I'm that person where, like, we grew up with old school rap. Like I was listening to Diplomats like yesterday and like old like Hot Boys shit.
Cash Money,
Cash Money. Like it's just like now it's like every single rapper has to try and top the next guy.
Yeah, no, there like I don't know.
Wearing a ski mask, dude.
What's the that Justin Bieber song that has like some dude rapping on it? As Long as You Love Me, I think it is. I don't know the dude's name. He's a rapper who's on that track. And like,
what about
every time his shit drops, I'm like, you sound terrible. Like, he sounds like he's trying to sound like what he thinks a rapper is supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
And it's just like, stop. There's no actual originality.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
and then there was one rapper, it might have been Soulja Boy actually in his, like, diss video or something. He, like, said something, and then afterward, his, like, thing was to make this sound. He was like, Swoosa? So the video was making fun of him, and they kept repeating it, and they did it to like the Pac-Man beat, and it was like so. What the fuck? Well, like that was his thing, was to make that sound. He was like, "Yo, don't come over here and talk shit." So what's up?
Oh my god, that's awesome! So they're trying to do like what was it that like Jadakiss used to do? Like
he was like aha,
like they're trying to have their own thing.
Yeah, but Jada's was hot.
Yeah, it actually was kind of hot. He never got the credit he deserved as a rapper.
He's a god.
Yeah, he was great. He I always loved the him versus 50 Cent, the rap battle that they had when they were beefing. And
Jada's a man. He's like old school. He was like friends with Biggie and all those people.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of Jadakiss's diss track against 50 Cent.
I think if I had a wish, like if someone was like what's one thing you wish you could do in the past? Would just be to hang out with like Master P and all those people in New Orleans, like
Master
just
P.
for like one day, you know, the shit that they must have been doing.
Yeah, like, Birdman and Lil Wayne are a specific like example of this because they're like really out there. Like they legit. Remember when they kissed in the club? Like they literally made out, and there was like a picture of it, and it's like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And, they were basically like, we can do that. And and
Yeah.
everybody's like, are you gay? They're like, nah, but we can
He's
do
like, that's
that.
my dad. I love my dad.
They pulled some shit. Like, they said some shit that just made no sense. It was like, but we're allowed to do that, though.
Yeah.
And everybody after a while was like, I guess they're allowed to do that. They played the Jedi mind tricks on everybody.
Yeah.
We allowed
This is
to
no.
kiss.
Oh, what? Say something.
It's not even gay.
It's not even
We
gay.
allowed to kiss. That's my dad. Like, he said it like everybody's supposed to go, oh, that's his dad. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what, you
Yeah.
make out with your dad? Like, but that's my dad, though.
Yeah.
And? But that's my dad, though, dog. Don't even talk about that. We don't even talk about that. Yeah, I kiss him, but that ain't even gay, though. Why are you asking questions?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, they were crazy, but I always loved. They're so over the top with their silliness that it was like entertaining.
Yeah.
He didn't actually do it, but he had a line about like, "I'm about to buy me a platinum football field." It had
like
the most
TVs
ridiculous
in our
cars.
spinners. Like,
Yeah.
hold on, wait a second. Why would you need that?
Yeah,
Like-
it was great. They're fucking so materialistic, but it was always great. All right, so I think we got to wrap it up here. You got shit to do. I got to go to my buddy's Will's little birthday get-together tonight.
Oh, nice.
And I also got to prep for the show for tomorrow. But anyway, anything else you want to throw out here at the last minute, buddy?
No, I don't really have anything else.
Okay. All right, guys. Love all y'all, and we will see you next week. Everybody have a good one. Peace.